Chairperson. Mrs. Andrews, let's go straight to the point. You acted in the Western Cape, but left under a huge cloud. And for the benefit of this commission, I will explain. I allocated you a matter involving the Democratic Alliance and the ANC. I had no idea that the leader of the Democratic Alliance in Beaufort West and the Central Karoo is in fact your cousin. You did not return the file to me. You sat in the matter and ruled in favor of the DA. I took an unprecedented step to write to the Minister of Justice and urged him to cancel your appointment. Would you like to explain yourself why you sat in a matter where your cousin is a high-ranking politician of the DA in the Western Cape and ruled in favor of the DA thereafter?
Thank you for the question, JP. I would like to say the following in response to that. First of all, when the matter was allocated to myself, it was allocated after I had returned a previous file to you, JP, because of a conflict of interest. When the matter was given, when I received that matter, the matter had litigants by name and not by party. I think, if my memory serves, it was there were 5 applicants by name, and then there were 8 respondents, the last of which was the Beaufort West municipality. This matter concerned an administrative action where the applicants in the matter had applied to set aside some irregularities. To the best of my recollection, it had to do with the appointment and unseating of the executive. The executive, as I can recall, consisted of the mayor and the mayor, the deputy mayor, and the speaker was.
I'm sorry, Ms. Andrews.
Yes.
I'm interrupting you. Please try and give brief answers.
I will.
The question is a simple one. Why
Yes.
did you sit in a matter involving the DA when you knew that your cousin was a high-ranking DA official? That's the question.
Thank you. First of all, ACJ, maybe just to cut to the point, first, I did not know that this matter had any relevance or bearing to my cousin. I'll tell you why I say this is because he was not.
No. The question is, you would have known this matter is it has been brought by the DA, isn't it?
No, I did not, ACJ. I did
okay.
not. So that is the point I'm making.
Okay.
No, I did not. That is why I'm saying. The
Okay.
parties were named in the individual capacities. It wasn't overtly, in my view, a politically weighted matter. For me, I took
But from the papers, was it not
It was
clear
not
that
clear.
it was?
No, it wasn't clear. Maybe it was my naivety, I'll call it that, because I adjudicated the matter on the strength of the papers that were before me. So what happened was that there was this unseating, and there was a plethora of irregularities that emanated from the processes leading up to that. And all that they wanted was for the status quo to return. I'm aware that every step, I'm aware that they had taken internal steps, but they did not. So the point...
Okay, hang on, Ms.
Yes.
Andrews. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting you.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that we use the time.
Certainly.
Optimally.
Yes.
Is your answer to the Judge President that you sat in the matter because you were not aware that it involved the DA? Is that what you are saying?
Yes, I was not aware. And then I think that it is important for me to say the following. I am estranged from my cousin and was not following his political career at all. I have no relationship with him. And I do believe that I did bring an impartial mind to bear on the adjudication of that matter. So I did not do that intentionally, ACJ. I certainly would not have done so had I known. And I understand that I should have recused myself. I would have done so had I known.
Did you know your cousin to be a high-ranking DA official?
ACJ, yes, I knew that he was in politics. I knew that he was aligned to the DA. But that doesn't necessarily mean that by implication I align myself to what he's doing.
Okay. Judge President?
Can I just follow it up, Chief Justice? And this is my last question.
Yes.
Mrs. Andrews, you must have known that he is a high-ranking member of the DA. It was all over the newspapers. He was hailed as the youngest politician in the DA, aged 29 years. You must have read them.
I don't dispute that, JP. What I'm saying, what I'd like just to reiterate that I definitely did not do it with the intention of bolstering his career or to rule in favor of him simply because he was my cousin. I adjudicated the matter on the strength of the papers, and I believe that I needed to do so because the Constitution enjoins me to do so in terms of Section 160, because there was certainly there was no accountability and the steps were unprocedural.
But the Judge President suggests that prior to you hearing the matter, his association with the DA was all over in the newspapers. Why would you not have been aware of that?
ACJ, I know that it may sound like I am disconnected, but I definitely do not particularly follow the news, and especially when it comes to him. I am not in the Western Cape, so I'm located in KZN, so I wouldn't have really looked at things like that. So I'm not entirely sure whether I was meant to follow his career, because that wasn't he isn't part of my circle. So I understand it was perhaps with the benefit of hindsight that I should have maybe have looked at it through a different lens. I might have had to, I did probably lack discernment, but that wasn't how I viewed it at the time. And I did apologize to the JP for my error, and I didn't at all. It was never my intention to do that. I think in my zeal, I may have just been overzealous, but certainly it wasn't my intention to be biased in any way at all. I understand the standards that is expected of me and when to recuse.
I'm now going to give Judge President, you are done.
Please like and subscribe